Okay. So let's start with the first passage, right? So let us understand what they are telling in first passage, then we'll move to the question, right? So they're telling, people are visiting this Cornwall's beautiful beaches so much that it's causing problem right now, right? So they're talking about, there's a beach and the people are visiting that and it's causing a problem, right? So what the tourist board says, they are asking the visitors to stay away from exactly what you're doing, right? Okay, so they are telling if you are visiting to a what we say tourist place, right? So you have to stay away, right? And this is why this is happening. What is the reason behind that? Because now people are seeing nature as something to use, right? And what they are doing, they are showing all these things on the social media. For example, let's suppose you would have seen nowadays on the reels, if you go on Insta or any profile, right? You will see people exploring the place, right? So what they do, they show off through their mobile phone, okay, come to this place and all. Due to that, there is a waste of resources as well as what do you say, garbage wastage is coming up. Okay. Now, the same problem they have even stated in Europe. Also, the same problem is happening, right? And what is happening? The locals who are there, they are getting upset with the noise that is being created, right? And if suppose, let's suppose, you are going to Shimla, right, at the peak season, right? So what usually happen when you go there at the peak season? The price of the hotel, it rise a lot, right? Because the tourists are coming up. So it's a problem to the locals also. So they are telling the example of Europe. In Europe also, when the people show up about what we say, let's suppose you are going to Paris, right? So what usually happen, if you go to France, if you go to Paris, you're gonna find it out, everything is very costly as compared to India, whether it's food, whether it's room, whether it's anything. The cost of living in NYC, the cost of living in Europe is around $3,000 to $4,000. What is the reason behind that? The hype that has been created, right? So that's what the author is trying to tell in the passage. Okay. Now, what the author is telling at the end, if you had to find a better way, right? So what government has to do, they need to find a better way to do what? To manage this tourism which is coming in their country, because see, tourism is also important because it's generating some amount of money for your country, right? And like for example, what they're stating, you should make a certain amount of rules, if you are coming to our country or you're visiting any destination, make sure to make it clean, right? And when you're coming to here, make sure the locals should not be disturbed, right? So this is all about this particular RC. Hello, this thing is clear now. They stated about the example, why they are not, people are not going to attend there is a signboard outside it, you are not allowed to come here, you're not allowed to attend here, right? What is the reason behind that? Because nowadays people are posting everything on the social media. And what they're doing, they are seeing nature as something they can use, right? And when they use it out, see, to be honestly, you'll see, like if you are sometimes if you go in the reels, right? So what happened, they put a caption like this, places to visit, where they show up, this is a hidden gem in India where you have not visited till now. I bet on this, you go at that place, you'll find a lot of rush there, right? So what you're exactly doing, we're disturbing the peace and in that particular area, na? Right? And they explain it with the example of Europe. In Europe, also the same thing is happening. The locals are getting disturbed by the noise that is being created when a lot of people, a lot of tourists are coming at this place. So, in short, what I can tell, this particular passage is talking about how the tourists, are coming and what we get, how tourism is affecting the livelihood of the people who are residing in that area. Clear? Hello. This thing is clear now.
How are you?
Right. Let's go with the first question. According to the passage, some section of society has converted nature into, right? Okay. So if you look into this, right? So he has talked about three problems in nature, right? The first problem is what? That how society now view nature itself as merely one more good to be consumed, right? ये वाला, यहाँ से this line from here,
Hmm.
right? Hello. So
Yes.
understand this is related to what? Ecology or nature,
Hmm.
right? Hello. Clear? So let's go with the
Yes.
option. An object which requires to be presented on social media platforms. अब समझना, this particular option, right? वो क्या बोल रहा है? Section of society has converted nature into, और ये जो point है, an object which requires to the presence on social media platform, what it denotes? It talks about shallowness of the modern existence, right? That want to present, you know,
Hmm.
a glamorous picture of something that, you know, that exists.
Hmm.
Hello. So it is not reference to nature. Hello.
तो भैया एक बार रिपीट कर देना फिर से, आपने क्या बोला?
I said, इसमें क्या बोल रहा है कि, you know, कि an object which requires to be present on social media platform, right? ऊपर क्या बोल रहा है? Some
Hmm.
section of society has converted nature into, but this particular point, when object is present on the social media, what is the reason behind that object is present there? Why they put there? Ki, you know, there is a shallowness in the modern society, right? They want to show it out in the form of glamorous thing what they visited,
हाँ, yes.
right? Hello. For that reason
Hmm.
they are doing now.
Yes.
This is not the nature, right? Ki how section second padho, a commodity which can be used with little afterthought, correct?
Hmm. Yes.
Right? This is the problem ना, nature का तो यही problem है ना, यही तो बोल
Hmm.
रहा है
Hmm.
कि first is how society now views nature itself as merely one more good to be consumed,
Consume. Yes. हाँ,
right?
बोल रहा है
Hello.
सर. Hmm.
ठीक है, थर्ड पढ़ लेते हैं. A shallow object for the jet setters to fill their need for glamour, right? This is the third problem,
Hmm.
right?
Influx of set jetters.
What
Hmm.
they are trying to tell in this, कि the need of the rich to locate their favorite TV locals, right? वो इस पे है ना भाई.
Hmm.
This is again
हाँ.
not related to nature.
Nature.
The question is asking,
Yes.
society has converted nature into. So not about, see, obviously this
Hmm.
is the problem, but this is not related to nature, na?
Hmm. हाँ भैया.
So what will be the answer? Second.
Option 2.
ठीक है. Let's
Hmm.
go with the other one. All of the following are false except, right? See, this is the questions, you know, sometimes we do wrong when we go in a hurry part, right? The question is asking, all are false, right? Which is not. Hello. Means out of all
Hmm.
the four options, you need to find out which option. That is correct,
The true one. Hmm.
right? Fine. ठीक है. Okay. पहला option पढ़ते हैं. A section of modern society hankers for something more genuine than their daily lives. This is false, right? Because it has been mentioned here. ये रहा ना. Second. ये रहा. Second, the shallow modern need to present a life free from tyranny of 9 to 5 office in the tight frame of Instagram.
Hmm.
Right. Hello. So it
Yes.
is correct now.
Hmm.
करेक्ट होगा ना, फिर क्वेश्चन गलत है क्या? एक मिनट. ऑल ऑफ द फॉलोइंग आर फॉल्स एक्सेप्ट, तो करेक्ट है, यही आंसर है क्या?
नहीं तो अब अगर अपन इसको देखें लास्ट वाले फोर्थ ऑप्शन को भी, तो ये भी सर करेक्ट ही रहेगा.
कौन सा फोर्थ पढ़े तो? प्रोटेस्ट अगेंस्ट टूरिस्ट लिटरिंग अ प्लेस आर और अफेक्टिंग हाउसेस प्राइस आर
Affecting house
अनसस्टेनेबल.
prices are
भाई
unsustainable.
एक मिनट, ऑथर ये स्टेट कर रहा है ना कि ओवर टूरिज्म एट द एक्सपेंसेस ऑफ पीसफुल एक्सिस्टेंस, राइट, ऑफ द
Hmm.
लोकल इज अनसस्टेनेबल, राइट, अनसस्टेनेबल, राइट. हेलो.
Yes. हाँ.
तो इसमें प्रोटेस्ट बाय द लोकल कैसे अनसस्टेनेबल हो जाएगा? कहाँ गया यार?
नहीं, ओवर टूरिज्म के लिए प्रोटेस्ट कर रहे हैं ना लोकल पीपल.
ये समझ नहीं रहा है ना तू, प्रोटेस्ट अगेन टूरिस्ट, राइट? अब समझना, तू प्रोटेस्ट से प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है ना, और ऑथर क्या बोल रहा है? ऑथर तो ये बोल रहा है ना कि ओवर टूरिज्म से द प्रॉब्लम इज कमिंग अप ना, प्रोटेस्ट
हाँ.
की बात कर
अच्छा.
रहा है.
अच्छा, फोर्थ वाली स्टेटमेंट यहाँ पे थोड़ा अलग हवा भरा के लिख दी है. हम्म.
उसने प्रोटेस्ट की बात करते ना, ही हैज टॉक्ड अबाउट प्रोटेस्ट, राइट? यहाँ प्रोटेस्ट की बात थोड़ी ना कर रहा है, यहाँ तो ये बात कर रहा है ना, जैसे
हम्म.
फॉर एग्जांपल प्रॉब्लम क्या क्रिएट कर रही है? ओवर टूरिज्म इज क्रिएटिंग द प्रॉब्लम ना.
हाँ, ओवर टूरिज्म इज क्रिएटिंग द प्रॉब्लम, सही है. हम्म.
तो थोड़ा सा डिस्टॉर्ट कर दिया सेंटेंस को,
हाँ, वही.
राइट?
हम्म. ठीक है भैया.
तो विल गो विद फर्स्ट ऑप्शन, राइट. और कौन सा
हम्म.
थर्ड पढ़ते हैं? Government across the
थर्ड
globe have
ऑप्शन
started
देखते हैं.
adopting a nuisance viewed on tourism. passage में तो the author is telling ना government has to take some step, right? Hello.
हम्म
He's suggesting ना, he's
हम्म।
giving a suggestion that government has to take place. Again, this
सजेशन,
is wrong,
हाँ ये तो फॉल्स है
right?
ये, हाँ ये तो है।
Right. The problem is they are telling कि मतलब यार सिंपल सी बात है, वो बोल रहा है गवर्नमेंट अक्रॉस द ग्लोब, राइट? हेलो, is doing something, but
हम्म।
in the passage they are talking about government has started something. ठीक है?
यस, उसमें एक स्टेटमेंट भी लिखी है, दे लाई विद द गवर्नमेंट, तो बोला
हाँ,
गवर्नमेंट भी एक तरीके से लाई कर रहे हैं।
ऑब्वियसली मतलब
हाँ।
पूरे पैसेज में ही इज सजेस्टिंग दैट गवर्नमेंट हैव टू टेक सम प्लेसेस, नो? ठीक है? व्हाट आई फाउंड ना
हम्म।
कि इन देयर वुड बी अ प्रॉब्लम इन ए एंड दिस वन, राइट? फर्स्ट एंड फोर्थ, राइट? तो फोर्थ में अगर प्रॉपरली इफ यू रीड, राइट, इसे बोल रहा प्रोटेस्ट अगेंस्ट टूरिस्ट लिटरिंग अ प्लेस और अफेक्टिंग हाउसिंग प्राइसेस आर अनसस्टेनेबल, राइट? हाउसिंग प्राइसेस आर नॉट राइजिंग बिकॉज ऑफ प्रोटेस्ट, फाइन, दे आर
हम्म।
राइजिंग बिकॉज ओवर टूरिज्म इज कमिंग अप.
हाँ वो चीज है। यस।
Author is stating कि over tourism at the expenses of the peaceful existence of the local is unsustainable, right? That's what he's telling, right?
यस।
और यहाँ क्या बोल रहा है? Protest against tourist littering a place or affecting house prices are unsustainable. No, right? So this is little bit distorted from actual what I've stated. See, you would have stuck if you have not read it properly.
अच्छा ओके।
Great. Okay, next. The author in the passage mainly tries to, yeah, what he does first, what he talks about, कि why over tourism is a problem, right? Hello. And after that, what he
यस।
does, he cites three reasons that why this problem is being caused, right? And in the second paragraph, what he's talking about, he's focusing on practical problem over tourism that are caused by the locals.
यस।
और पूरे इसमें in just one sentence he talks about how the problem has to be solved.
सजेशन भी दे रहा है, हाँ।
Right. So if I just want to, point it out, what exactly he's trying to do, what he's exactly trying to, I can tell that he's just trying, he's trying to highlight the problem that is being created by the over tourism.
यस।
My point is, question में क्या बोल रहा है? The question is asking you, the author in the passage mainly tries to, right? So just because in one sentence they mentioned, the government has to take some place to control this tourism and whatever is happening. This doesn't mean that this will be the answer, right? Fine. Is the first option पढ़ो. Show why over tourism is being protested by the local. This is just a point. What is he stating, right? And that
क्लियर हुआ
also
है
in the
काफी।
second passage. That's
यस।
also in the second passage, right? Not in the first one. So whenever a question like this appear in front of you, you need to find that option that is trying to cover every aspect.
ओके।
ठीक है?
हाँ भाई।
Second बढ़ते हैं. Argue in the favor of government. He's not arguing anything. Curtailing tourism for economic. He's not doing anything like that. And then he's just suggesting. So this is also wrong. Elimination से also you can go. ठीक है? Hello.
ओके।
Great. Third one. Advocate the need of adopting a more fulfilling life in order to. He's not advocating anything that you should do this or you should do that. Right? Hello.
यस।
Fine. अब लास्ट वाला पढ़ते हैं. Highlight the perils of converting geographical places into goods. Correct? If you are converting a geographical place into goods, what do you mean by saying goods? In starting, he said, "Na, you are treating it like a customer, like a consumer, right?" So highlight the
एंड
perils. What do you mean
सॉर्ट
by
ऑफ
perils?
कम्युनिटी की तरह ट्रीट कर रहे
Yes,
हैं।
yes, yes, yes. So that's what he does now from starting to end. First he state about this, then he's justifying that in cities also this thing is happening. Then at the end he come up with this thing. You need to look after this that it should not happen more.
यस।
Right? Hello.
हाँ भैया।
Fine. So you'll go with option fourth. See, इसमें if you
ऑप्शन
have
फोर्थ।
stuck, you would have second and third, you would have easily eliminated, right? There was nothing to argue on why second and third is not the answer. You might have stuck in one and four. That also, when you compare one and four, you will understand. See, he's not writing it out, why over tourism is being protested by the local. This is just a part of it, right? But in the starting itself, he's talking about, how this tourist places and all is, now converting to a goods rather than a tourist place, rather than a places where people used to visit before.
यस।
Right? Hello. Clear?
हाँ भैया.
Okay, na? Okay. We are moving to the next one. Okay. Fine. Before coming to this, see, what I would suggest now, ki whenever, for example, when you write the mock, when you will attend the seventh one mock, right? What would be my suggestion from your side now? From my side, right? Ki before selecting any passage to do first, right? Look at the question also now. Sometimes what happens, na, question are very deep. Deep, what I mean by saying deep, you know, you won't be able to find it out directly. You have to interpret ki what exactly he's trying to tell. And that is little bit time consuming, you know. You'll stuck in every option. Okay, anyways, let's
पर पर भैया अगर
हाँ
डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चंस देखेंगे तो अपन को तो पता नहीं है कि मतलब क्वेश्चंस कैसे हैं
नहीं
मतलब.
मैं तो समझ नहीं रहा ना देख whenever you are
हाँ.
selecting a passage right तो ऐसे नहीं करेगा कि तेरे को पैसेज समझ में आ रहा है and you are going with this flow right क्वेश्चन देखने का मतलब ये होता है
हम्म.
कभी भी देख फॉर एग्जांपल आई हैव सीन इट आउट राइट दिस ईयर मैंने एक्सपीरियंस किया यार मैंने क्या किया एक
हम्म.
पैसेज आई पिक्ड द पैसेज वाज वेरी इजी टू बी ऑनेस्ट राइट आई अंडरस्टूड ईच एंड एवरी पॉइंट व्हाटएवर दे आर स्टेटेड राइट मैंने मूव टू द
हम्म.
क्वेश्चंस ना भाई तो क्वेश्चन ने बहुत बड़ा टाइम कंज्यूम कर लिया था ठीक है ऑन द अदर हैंड देयर वाज
अच्छा.
अ पैसेज राइट यू नो इन दैट द पैसेज वाज लिटिल बिट डिफिकल्ट बट द क्वेश्चन वर वेरी डायरेक्ट यू मतलब यू नो ना कि व्हाट स्काउटिंग करके आल्सो यू कैन फाइंड द आंसर्स मतलब I'll solve the mock live,
अच्छा.
you'll understand. I'll let you know, right? But this
हम्म.
thing has to be
हम्म.
done. If you are a person who had to select, your speed is not that too much, you know, that you are not able to read fast, you're not doing it. So selection is the important thing for you. Now a case come when most of the people tell you know, okay, sir, what if all the four passages are tough, all the four passages question are tough, right? So in that case, you have to go with the passage in which you are feeling comfortable with. The genre is what you are, you are able to understand what exactly they are trying to tell. For example, if I talk about this particular passage, right? टू बी ऑनेस्टली
हम्म.
बोलूं बहुत इजी पैसेज है ठीक है इन्होंने वर्ड्स थोड़े वॉग यूज कर रखा है बट टू अंडरस्टैंड इट्स वेरी इजी इसमें सिंपल इसने बोला है कि लॉन्ग अगो देयर वाज एन
हम्म.
इकोनॉमिस्ट यू नो whose name was Thorsten Veblen right he talked about you know कि how rich people showed off their status by buying fancy things he stated this thing he was
यस.
trying to talk about this theory of laser class ki what exactly it is ठीक है now he's
हम्म.
talking about you know कि nowadays how the things are getting changed nowadays you know it's very easy you can to buy the luxury things right so
हम्म.
now the rich people had to do something to show their richness to the people or to show
या.
off their status right now what
हम्म.
they are doing instead of buying flashy cars homes and all they are investing in education
हम्म.
right and what he's saying what he's telling this particular thing is doesn't look expensive okay but it costs a lot for example studying in Harvard will cost you a lot of money why you think you know the people the rich people who are in our country right why they send their people abroad what is the reason behind that see nowadays everyone can afford an iPhone right but how you can look rich in front of other people if you are sending someone out the cost of studying there is higher when compared to India no matter if you are studying in IIM or something like that right you're just paying 24 lakhs but if you're going outside the fees is double and triple right that's what he's trying
हम्म.
to make you understand okay fine previously people used to buy you know luxury items to show off their richness right nowadays it's to buying the luxury item it's very affordable right so people are finding an alternative to you know to replace it
हम्म.
clear this thing is
अ-
clear now in short वो पूरे example में वो यही बातें कर रहा है he's talking about this only ठीक है then he talk
अच्छा,
about the
ट्रेंड
US
बन गया मतलब. हम्म.
yes then he talk about the US right कि जो richest people हैं they spend a lot on education right और जो middle income
हम्म.
people हैं they spend less on education
यस.
right and at the end what he's talking about you know because of this education cost what do you say have gone up a lot right making it hard for the middle class family to afford you can even look at the example in India also right to get your you know brothers or sister admitted in one of the you know top schools right you have to pay admission
हम्म.
fees that cost a lot right मतलब जो बड़े बड़े नाम है
हम्म.
डीपीएस आप ले लो रैन इंटरनेशनल ले लो इसमें मिडिल क्लास का बच्चा तो कांट स्टडी यू नो वेरी वेल ठीक है मैं केवी में पढ़ा हुआ तो
यस.
आई कैन रिलेट इट आउट वेरी वेल राइट कि भाई वी कैन नॉट अफोर्ड यू नो the you know that time when I was studying in KV right so for me that time 3 months fees was 1400 right while in DPS it was 10,400 right for three
रहती
months so
थी
obviously
इतनी सही है.
if I am from a middle class family it's very difficult for me to get admission there right second thing there is nothing called you know entrance exam or like that right you need to face some this much amount of admission fees to get admitted there right See, recently there was I guess a fee slip was circulated all around the social media, right? In which, a nursery student had to pay 3 lakh rupees as an admission fees, not the school fees, admission fees, right? Now you can understand that
है
education is getting costlier.
हम्म
This thing is clear.
यस
So they have talked about this only in this particular passage. Okay. Now,
ओके
the richness, the definition of getting rich has been changed. Before it was buying luxury item. Now it has been shifted to what? Getting you a good education. Right? Hello.
यस
Clear na?
हाँ
Ah. अरमान करके आया है?
हाँ
लास्ट वाले में कितने सही हुए?
हेलो
हाँ, लास्ट वाले में कितने सही हुए?
लास्ट वाले में एक सही हुआ एक एक
बाकी दो में क्या गलती कर दिया? वही वाला जो मैंने बोला।
हाँ एक तो लास्ट वाला जो लास्ट वाला ऑप्शन था उसमें मैंने प्रोटेस्ट वाला मार्क कर दिया
हाँ, मतलब वही मैंने बोला ना कि
जो
लाइक यू
प्रोटेस्ट वाला आपने जो बताया
रेड इट रॉन्ग, है ना?
हाँ
हाँ, ठीक है। मतलब
हाँ मतलब
यू आर एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड पैसेज ना, जैसे अभी मैंने इसको भी समझाया, तो यू अंडरस्टूड ना व्हाट एग्जैक्टली दे आर टॉकिंग इन दिस, राइट?
जब मैंने रीड किया था तो सेकंड वाला जो पैराग्राफ था उसमें थोड़ा दिक्कत किया था ऊपर वाले
अब
में
समझ आ गया ना, अब समझ आ गया ना व्हाट आई एम ट्राइंग टू टेल।
हाँ हाँ
ठीक है, और अगर वो
हाँ
पहले वाले का जो रिकॉर्डिंग छूटा होगा ना भाई, तो एक बार स्टार्टिंग में जाके एक बार सुन लेना। आई हैव स्टेटेड इट आउट वेरी क्लियरली कि व्हाट इन दिस पैसेज, इन द सेकंड पैसेज दे आर टॉकिंग अबाउट। ठीक है, तो क्लियर हो जाएगा। ठीक है, चल ठीक है भाई, ओके ओके ओके,
ठीक
स्टार्ट
है ना
करते हैं। ओके, अकॉर्डिंग टू द पैसेज विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग स्टेटमेंट इज नॉट डेफिनेटली ट्रू? फाइन, द क्वेश्चन इज आस्किंग नॉट डेफिनेटली ट्रू, राइट? तो correct option would be what? That is incorrect or not logically sure. Fine. Hello.
यस
Right. Okay. Let's go with the options first. In the modern days, even the middle income groups are associated with conspicuous consumption.
ये तो
Okay.
करेक्ट है
Let us, where they have talked about. Here are more than 100 years. Hello. More than 100 years later, conspicuous consumption is still part of contemporary
पार्ट
capitalist
ऑफ द
landscape, right?
कंटेम्परेरी यस
And yet today luxury goods are significantly more accessible than in Veblen's time, right? So this is true,
यस
right? So this won't be the answer. Okay. Second option. Because of the difference in preference, the gap between the rich and the middle class is widening. Ab samajhna. The gap between the two classes, as per conspicuous consumption, right, has narrowed. Hello. The gap in spending on education is
वाइडन
widened, right? So we can't tell na ki in general the gap is getting widened. तो इसमें क्या बोल रहा है? Because of the difference in preference, the gap between the rich and the middle is widening. The gap in the rich and middle is widening related on what? On the what basis? Education, na?
एजुकेशन
Right? So you can't tell generalization कि that is widening, right? Because they are not referring that. Hello.
हाँ भैया
So this is wrong. So this will be the correct answer.
भैया एक बार इसका फोर्थ ऑप्शन और देख लीजिए
हाँ, वही कर रहा हूँ एक मिनट पहले थर्ड देख लेते हैं.
हम्म
More and more middle class people have started consuming goods that were once meant only for the rich, correct?
हाँ ये तो सही है
This is true,
हाँ
right?
ये तो सही है
With time, the ways of showing off wealth have changed. हाँ, correct तो है.
ये भी तो
इसमें
सही है
स्पेंडिंग जो ट्रेंड है वो चेंज हुआ है
नहीं तो हाँ, wait. Showing off wealth ही तो था, spending नहीं, showing off wealth ही तो था उनके accordingly.
इस इसमें एक लाइन लिखी थी कहाँ लिखी है वो
भाई पढ़ लेना, देख. The theory of the leisure class. He coined the phrase consumption consumption to denote the way that material objects were paraded as indicator of social position and status, right? More than 100
हाँ
later, conspicuous consumption is still a part of contemporary consumption, and yet today luxury goods are significantly more accessible than in medieval time. So what does it mean? You are spending ना.
ना एक्सपेंडिचर तो बड़ा है
हाँ, तो आप अपने wealth
मतलब
को ही तो show off कर रहे हो ना. What exactly you are trying to do? Through that, what you are showing to the people? What do you mean by your wealthy people?
वेल्दी
in the
पीपल तो वो
second
लग्जरी गुड्स को मतलब शो ऑफ करना।
show off कर रहे हैं, right? They are,
हम्म
you know, what my point is, what we say, they are now showing off their leisure good, right? समझना. अब now
हम्म
leisure, this leisure class, leisure goods, right? That is accessible to everyone, right? Fine.
यस
So now they have to show off different thing. How they are now doing show off? By spending more on education.
अच्छा
एजुकेशन।
हाँ ठीक है भैया।
Right? So this is also true, ना?
सही है ट्रू है।
करके नहीं आ गया बे.
नहीं करके आया हूँ, थोड़ा सा ओवर थिंक कर लेता हूँ उस ये चीज में।
-1, sorry,
हम्म
-5, not 1, -5. ठीक है. Which of
हम्म
the following is not cited as a reason for increasing consumption of the good meant for the reach by the middle class? Okay. Increased demand of for such good at cheaper price by middle class market. Is this correct? Hello.
ये तो करेक्ट है।
है ना?
हम्म
और डेवलपमेंट ऑफ मार्केट वेयर लेबर एंड रॉ
ये भी सही है।
मार्केट आर चीप, ये भी करेक्ट है,
हम्म
राइट? आउटसोर्सिंग ऑफ प्रोडक्शन टू डेवलपिंग
ये भी सही है।
इकोनॉमिक्स है.
नहीं तो ये ऊपर चाइना का मेंशन किया है ना, डेवलपिंग इकोनॉमी।
भाई तो चाइना कहाँ, आउटसोर्सिंग ऑफ प्रोडक्शन कहाँ बोला डेवलपिंग इकोनॉमिक्स पे?
इसमें एग्जैक्ट मेंशन किया आउटसोर्सिंग ऑफ
एक
प्रोडक्शन
मिनट
टू
एक मिनट.
चाइना।
This dialogue of accessible luxury in a function of the mass production economy of the 20th was
मास
outsourcing of
प्रोडक्शन
production to
इकोनॉमी।
China. To China.
हाँ
Just
नहीं तो
China.
मास मास प्रोडक्शन इकोनॉमी और फिर इसका रेफरेंस दे दिया चाइना का।
अबे भाई ऐसे थोड़ी ना होता है. चाइना का कैसे रेफरेंस कर दिया पूरा? वो क्या बोल रहा है? आउटसोर्सिंग प्रोडक्शन टू डेवलपिंग इकोनॉमिक्स.
हम्म
डेवलपिंग इकोनॉमिक्स बोल रहा है वो, डेवलपिंग इकोनॉमी नहीं बोल रहा है.
अच्छा ठीक है।
डेवलपिंग इकोनॉमिक्स तो आउट ऑफ द स्कोप चला गया ना. सिर्फ चाइना का गिवन दिया ना
डेवलपिंग
उसने पैसे.
इकोनॉमीज।
एग्जाम्पल.
हम्म हम्म
दे हैव जस्ट स्टेटेड द एग्जाम्पल ऑफ चाइना ना.
ठीक है भैया।
राइट. प्रोडक्शन ऑफ
हम्म
लार्जर क्वांटिटी ऑफ स्टैंडर्डाइज गुड, करेक्ट?
हाँ फिर तो ये
दैट्स
तो
ओनली
करेक्ट है फिर।
दैट्स
हम्म
ओनली दिस थिंग इज हैपनिंग ना.
यस हाँ मास प्रोडक्शन हो रहा था, हाँ तो सही है हाँ।
राइट. सी, you guys are na, again I don't know how you are not, how are you generalizing the answer, right?
इकोनॉमीज लिखा
Economics.
है, सही है। हम्म
और ऊपर example of China.
हम्म
Which of the following, एक मिनट में जरा. Hello. Okay. Which of the
हम्म
following does the passage aim to brings out? Right. Which of the following does the passage aim to bring out? Okay. Okay, fine. The passage is talking about what? That how material goods have become accessible, right? Even to the middle class, right? Hello. Now, what the
यस
elite people are doing, they are preferring like knowledge, cultural capital, and all, right?
हम्म
So, what it shows that the trend in the education, and how this is being showed up. The trend in now in US education has changed, right?
हम्म
Fine. ठीक है, तो पढ़ते हैं. First, the bending of over materialism by the aspirational class to invest in social causes. Uh, Social cause. There's nothing called social cause. Hello.
हम्म सोशल गोल्स नहीं है, सही है।
Right. So this will be eliminated.
यस
Right. Fine. The rise of inconspicuous consumption with particular reference to the educating spending in the US. But there is a rise of status signifier ना among the elites, right? उसके बारे में उसने कहाँ बोला? Hello, right?
rise of particular reference. हाँ ठीक है.
And third one, the difference in the spending habit of the middle class and the aspirational class and the rise of conspicuous consumption in the latter. This is too broad, right? Hello. Because they are not talking about the spending habit of the middle and the elite class, right? And इसमें किस बारे
एक्चुअली
में
इस पे
उसने बात
फोकस
किया है?
नहीं है.
Right. And what he said,
हाँ.
that inconspicuous consumption has increased among the elites, na?
हम्म.
Not
Yes.
conspicuous consumption, right? So which option? Fourth.
Option fourth.
Seventh. Which of the following can be inferred from the passage, right? First, democratization of a product make it lose some of its usefulness.
Wrong है तो.
तो वही तो सही है ना?
नहीं तो ये लग्जरी पे इफेक्ट कर रहा ना, यूजफुलनेस पे तो बात ही नहीं हो रही है.
मतलब
लाइक जो
रुक जाएगा
रिच
ना
पीपल
इधर,
थे. हाँ.
रुक जा.
इसमें ये लिखा है ना, however the democratization
However, the
of
democratization
consumer
of consumer goods has made them far less useful as a means of
displaying
displaying
status.
status.
यूजफुलनेस और डिस्प्लेइंग स्टेटस तो अलग अलग चीज होगी ना मतलब.
ये तो लेस यूजफुल तो बना रहा है ना?
हाँ मतलब इस एस्पेक्ट में बना रहा है लेस
हाँ
यूजफुल.
तो क्वेश्चन में क्या बोल रहा है? डेमोक्रेटाइजेशन ऑफ अ प्रोडक्ट मेक इट लूज सम ऑफ इट्स यूजफुलनेस. तो हो तो रहा
हम्म.
है. और हाउ दिस यूजफुलनेस दे आर लूजिंग बाय मीन ऑफ डिस्प्लेइंग स्टेटस, बट दे आर लूजिंग ना एट द एंड.
ना लूज तो कर रहा है अभी.
तो वही तो बोल रहा है.
नहीं. हम्म. इसमें वही
और
मुझे ऐसा
सम
लगा
बोल
कि
रहा
ये
है
ना
ना,
थोड़ा
सी.
पार्शियल ट्रू है, पार्शियल.
नहीं नहीं नहीं,
हम्म.
पार्शियल कैसे? उसने भी तो स्टेटमेंट में बोला है प्रॉपर, लूज सम ऑफ इट्स यूजफुलनेस. ही इज नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट ही इज लूजिंग ऑल द यूजफुलनेस ऑफ इट, राइट? सम.
हम्म.
उसमें भी तो
अच्छा.
वही बोल रहा है. However, the democratization of consumer goods has made them far less useful as a means of displaying status. Less useful, right?
यस.
अब मुझे ये बता, तूने ऑप्शन कौन सा व्हाट यू हैव टिक्ड? कि फिर वो गलत वो करना पड़ेगा.
नहीं तो फिर उसमें ही तो डाउट हो गया था फिर. चारों पे डाउट आ गया था.
ओके. सेकंड क्या है? एवरीवन कैन नाउ बाय डिजाइनर हैंडबैग एंड न्यू कार्स.
एवरीवन लगाया इसमें, ये तो होगा ही नहीं.
एवरीवन क्यों होगा यार?
हाँ.
राइट.
ये तो होना ही नहीं है.
ओके. थर्ड क्या है? Education spending becomes a status signifier as its share advantage and disadvantages.
हम्म.
Why we talk about the disadvantage, because of lack of affordability, right? Hello. But
एक्सपेंसिव हो गया
advantage के
एजुकेशन.
बारे में they have not talked about anywhere, right?
यस यस.
So this
इस
will
कारण
also
ये
make it
डेवलप
wrong.
हो जाएगा. हम्म.
A third, for the elite class, investment in immaterial good like education goes beyond the realm of the personal to the realm of the. ये तो सबसे पहले eliminate करो. Because realm
ये
of
तो.
ulterior बोल रहा है. There is nowhere they have mentioned about this, right?
यस यस. तो फिर फर्स्ट ही आ जाएगा, वही चीज है. हम्म.
Eighth, using inconspicuous consumption as a status signifier appears paradoxical. Which of the following best resolve the paradox? What do you mean by paradox? That is something invisible, right? And it is being used for show of status. Hello.
हम्म.
So it is possible na ki if this invisible thing is accessible only by a few people, so what it will do? It will exclude many people.
यस.
Hello.
हाँ.
Right. We have to look for that option.
हम्म.
पहला पढ़ते हैं. Inconspicuous consumption discards short-term show-off and focus on the progressive value of things. ये लॉन्ग टर्म बस शॉर्ट टर्म कंपैरिजन है ना. हेलो. और कहाँ बोला है ऐसा कुछ?
इसमें मेंशन नहीं है
शॉर्ट
पैसेज
टर्म
में
शो
ऐसा
ऑफ,
कुछ.
राइट. सो दिस इज अगेन रॉन्ग.
हम्म.
राइट. Second, inconspicuous consumption through tactic and not obvious better the chance of the coming generations. Things that better the chance of future generation are not necessarily status good, na? Hello.
Hmm.
This is also false. Or third,
Yes.
inconspicuous consumption is conspicuous is that is reflected in the personality and not in the temporary position of the individual. Like, he's talking about कि consumption being deeper or more permanent in nature. इसके बारे में बात कर रहा है, right? Hello. कहाँ बात किया उसने
Hmm.
कि temporary है कि permanent है? Hello.
Hmm.
So
ये
which
सब तो
option
नहीं
will
है.
be right? Fourth,
Option fourth.
consumption
Hmm.
throughout inherently obviously and or constantly material is exclusively in nature.
Hmm.
Paradox is this only, na, that something invisible is being used to show off status, right? Hello.
Yes.
And what is gonna happen if this individual thing, whatever we are talking about, right, that is accessible only
Hmm.
for by a few people, what it will do?
Hmm.
It will exclude many,
Yes.
right? Hello. Fine.
Hmm.
Nice. From the data presented in the last paragraph, it can be referred that. Okay. So what is the data? Data क्या है last में? The
वही
vast chasm
एजुकेशन
between middle income
3.5
and
टाइम्स
top
बढ़ गई
1%
है.
spending on university is particularly concerning because thus there is a great need to devote financial resources to education to be able to afford it all. According to the Consumer Expenditure Survey data from 2003 to 2013, the price of the college tuition increased 80%, while the cost of women apparel increased by 6% over the same period. Middle class lack investment in education does not suggest a lack of prioritizing as much as it reveals that for those in 40-60 quintiles, education is so cost prohibitive, it is almost not worth trying to save for. Okay, let's go with the options. Due to increased investment in the education by the elite, 6% of the top 1% household expenditure, they are now gaining higher level of the education than earlier. Hey, see, first of all, it is possible, they are not getting a higher level of education. Hello.
Hmm.
They are paying more for the same level due to increased cost or better quality of the same level, right? Hello. जरूरी नहीं कि higher
हाँ, हो
education पे
सकता
they
है
will be
ऐसा.
spending. So this
सही है,
cannot
सही
be
है.
inferred,
रॉन्ग है ये वाला.
right? Second, the 3.5 times increase in the spending in education by the top percent could be purely as a result of increased cost of education. This can be correct. Spending is what?
यस.
Price into quantity. Hello.
हाँ.
So it is possible that increased spending is purely depending on increased price of education,
एजुकेशन. यस.
right? Third, due to increased investment in education by the elite, okay, more elite are now getting education than earlier. Like how you can tell that how many number of elites are living, right? Hello.
ऐसा कुछ लिखा भी नहीं है, मतलब
Right, it
कि
could be the
मोर और
same na,
लेस या
number of
फिर.
attaining higher level of
हम्म.
education, right?
यस.
और ये भी तो हो सकता है ना कि जनरल डिक्लाइन है पॉपुलेशन में. हेलो.
हाँ, वो पॉसिबिलिटी है, हो सकता है.
Right, that also will lead to decline in even in the top 1%, right?
यस.
So this is also false. Fourth,
हम्म.
the middle class spending on education since 1996 indicates that they have been getting the same amount of education since 1996. By spending equal to again price into quantity, right?
हम्म.
Constant spending doesn't
हम्म.
mean na the same quantity of education, right? Hello, it might be decreased quantity, increased price,
हाँ भैया.
right? This is also false.
हम्म.
Yeah. ठीक है. Sending a new link will continue from 10. ठीक है.